Hello, welcome to RheumMom. I am a mom of two and also have rheumatoid arthritis. And I'm putting out these videos to help other parents that have rheumatoid disease or other autoimmune diseases that affect their lives. So today I wanted to talk about hair. There's a few reasons why people with autoimmune diseases have trouble with hair. So basically, an autoimmune disease is where your immune system, instead of just fighting off foreign invaders like viruses and bacteria, it also fights off tissues in your body. So there's a more severe form of autoimmune disease that affects your hair called autoimmune alopecia, where the immune system actually attacks the hair follicle and you become bald. And it's usually pretty patchy, and it's just a major issue, and nobody ever talks about it. They get treatment for it, and they get wigs and other hair appliances, and so people don't really know about it. Another condition that commonly causes hair loss is lupus. It's also called SLE, and that is something that can cause what's called a lupus rash, and oftentimes it can be on the scalp, and the area where that rash is, the hair can't grow. Now, I haven't heard about this, but I imagine it'd be similar with psoriasis. People with psoriasis is also an autoimmune disease that affects the skin, and it also causes plaques. I haven't heard much about it, but I imagine maybe it's not as frequent that it affects the hair. Now, for the rest of us with autoimmune disease, a lot of our medications can cause hair loss. A lot of our medications, just our standard medications to reduce the inflammation caused by the overactive immune system, our low doses of chemotherapy, and other things that affect the hair. So a common medication, especially those of us with rheumatoid arthritis and lupus, are on is something called methotrexate, and that is a type of a chemotherapy that's meant for reducing. It's typically for blood cancers in higher doses. People with autoimmune diseases take it in a much lower dose, and it's considered what's called an immunomodulator that kind of holds down the troops, kind of keeps things calmer, I guess is the way to say it, in the immune system, so it's not as active. Some people can manage their disease on methotrexate alone or with another immunomodulator called Plaquenil, and that's great if you can do those without taking harsher biologic medications. But methotrexate is notorious for causing hair thinning. When I started taking it back in my 20s, I did have thin hair. I already have thin hair, as you can see. So it did cause some hair thinning. Again, I was in my mid-20s and really busy with work and school at the time, and it didn't bother me so much. However, I was, like I said, it didn't cause me too many problems. But when I got into my 30s, I think, and after I had children, I think I had a little bit more issues with it. And actually, once I had children, I did not want to take the methotrexate anymore. It was a once-a-week medication, and it made me nauseous and dizzy for about 24 hours after I took it, and it basically took out a day of my weekend. So I worked Monday through Friday. I took it so that I was kind of low on Sundays, so I had Saturdays to spend with my kids. And once I had my second child, I was like, this is just not acceptable. Most people that take methotrexate have similar problems, and it's just very hard when you're a parent. So my doctor did switch me over to another immunomodulator called Areva. It's also called leflunomide, is their generic term for it. And that is something you can't take if you could possibly get pregnant. So if you have rheumatoid disease and have never heard of it, and you are a female, even a younger male, your doctor is not going to put you on it because it can cause severe birth defects. After my second child, however, I was no longer able to have children, so that was no longer an issue. So my doctor did put me on that, and that's been a lot better for me than the methotrexate. I just don't really have any side effects. I think at first I did, maybe for the first 30 days. And also during the first 30 days, I had some hair loss. And like I said, by that time I was in my 30s. I was a working professional, and how I did my hair made a difference. And I don't know if you can see it in this light, but basically this front piece here, the front part of my hair, you could really just see my scalp. Again, this light is not so bad, or it's probably good actually, but as you can see, when I pull my hair back, sometimes you can see down to the scalp. So that was a problem. So I talked to my hairdresser and went online and did a lot of research. So there's several things you can do for thinning hair, whether it's medication or your disease process or any other reason for thinning hair. The first thing I talked to, this was actually a chemotherapy hairdresser that specialized in people with cancer who had major hair loss. And one of the things they have, I forget what brand it's called, but it's pretty easy to Google, is where they take a strand of your hair and they weave in, I think it's it's synthetic hair. It works like regular hair, looks like regular hair, but it's synthetic hair, and basically makes 4 or 5 strands out of one strand of hair. Now that's a very good option for me because, and I'm sorry all the jumping, I'm not good at this, but it's a very good option for me because I just need this front part done. However, even for me just getting that front part done, it was going to be a few $1,000s a year, and that wasn't an option. Some other things you can do is there are front piece wigs that just do the front part of your hair or just the top part of your hair that a lot of people use just to, like, if they have thin hair like me or just their hair is not cooperating, they put it on just to make their hair look fuller. They've got amazing things these days. I don't even know if they had these back in like 2011 when I was looking this stuff up, but yeah, they have some really great options for wigs. Now for me, I have never been able to stand wearing a hat, and a wig was no different than wearing a hat all day, and I knew I was just going to get frustrated with it and wasn't an option. But yeah, wigs are pretty amazing these days. You can get them totally customized to you. You can get them dyed specifically your hair color, and you know, any cut, color, anything you want. Some people actually use those halo extensions that you can buy like very easily on Amazon, or they're really popular a while ago for different color hair and stuff. And so if you don't have necessarily the thinning in the top of your hair where you can actually see your scalp that bothers you, you can just fill out your hair with those, and it's just like a clear band that you weave into your hair, and then you have some extensions. So that's for thinness, and there's also of course those hair pieces you can clip into your ponytail and such for that. Or you can get formal extensions just at the beauty parlor, just like anybody else who wants to get extensions. You can do that also for thinning hair, and they actually have additional products that are not the standard extensions that can do just like the piece of hair. So for people with like alopecia, where they've got like a area like this that's bald but all their other hair is intact, they can actually get a piece that's custom made and just covers that area, which you can see that on YouTube. It's pretty cool how they do it. So a lot of options with extensions. None of those, again, still very expensive in my opinion, and nothing I knew I was going to be able to stand. Like, I don't think I could handle even extensions because I'm just very sensitive. So I was talking to my hairdresser, and she's like, well, if you dye your hair, it's going to make it thicker. What dye does is it roughens up the strand of hair so it's not smooth anymore. It looks kind of rough, and overall you're going to get more body and volume, which is what you're seeing this part, but not this part of my hair. Because of COVID, I've not had my hair done for a few months. So that actually is what works for me best. And also I use a volumizing shampoo, and I use the more expensive salon brand shampoos, and they have worked really well for my hair, keeping it from being like this flat to having a little bit in it, where I can at least fix some volume. And she showed me a lot of hair products I can do, or how to use hair products, and ways to do it that was easy for me, because I'm not about to take a lot of time to do my hair, or any of that. So hopefully I'm going to get my hair done. And so this section here has not had anything. You can see my scalp. So what I'm going to do is get my hair re-dyed. I'm going to have her concentrate a little bit up here in front because it's extra bad. And so hopefully you'll be able to see a difference in the camera. So let's see. Okay, new camera, new phone, new camera, bad lighting because it's very cloudy today. But I just wanted to show you a before and after shot. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm getting my hair done. And as you can see down to my scalp right there in the front. And that's what is annoying. Now, I'm not working anymore, so it's not such a big deal, but it's worked so well that I'm just gonna probably keep doing it until I really can't afford it. Oh gosh, yeah, look at that. So we'll do a before and after, and we'll see if this gets any better. I got crooked glasses. Okay. Okay. We are done. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's much better. Like, yeah. Like that's where it's parting, and yeah, it is a huge difference. Because before you could see all of this area. You can if you turn it a certain way, but wow, huge difference. So the hair dye, my hair is very thin on top, and the hair dye kind of roughens up the hair to make it look thicker. Amazing. And it's nice to have somebody who knows what they're doing do your hair. It's expensive, but so worth it. I try to go every 3 months, just because of cost. Sometimes I push it to 4, and this of course has been like 6 months because of COVID. So it was really bad. So I'm glad you got to see the difference. So I am going to link some videos below, that have like other people's experience with hair loss and autoimmune disease, if you want to look at them. Otherwise, I will see you later. Thanks.